Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. We're going to talk about CYBL stock. We're going to look at some very important data that it's important to know if you have a small account, because you can grow your account pretty big this year if you're focused, disciplined, patient, and if you listen, because some people don't listen. I'm telling you right now, this data is very important. AITX, I did the data analysis for this one in my other video if you want to check that one out. But AITX likes to have 4 runs per year. 4 out of 100 PRs move the stock, so that's a 4% chance that one PR that you're looking at might send it. And every time it runs, it's about 50 to 80% move. And if you buy at 0026 to 0028, you are getting in as cheap as possible. So you have the most potential for percent return when you do take profit, when it does run those four times that it runs every year. Now we're going to do the same thing with CYBL stock. About I already counted the number of PRs. They don't really drop PRs, so to speak. You have to follow them on Twitter, but on Twitter they communicate consistently. And I would say about, let's just, again, out of 100 PRs or tweets, whatever you want to call them, about 6 of them move the stock. Oops, that's a 7. About 6 of them move the stock. So that's 6 runs that we can anticipate every year. 6 runs per year. If you're a small account and you want to abuse just one stock, it's either CYBL or AITX, up to you, whichever gives you the bottom first. Now we're going to look at the history of AITX. Not AITX, CYBL stock. So it ran from triple zeros. Whoa, ran from 0006 to 6 cents, and people thought, oh my god, we're going to dollars. And then, the hype cycle ended and it dumped from 6.5 cents to 1 penny, where it finally found a bottom. And if we zoom in, you can see very clearly people love it at 1 penny. Buyers stepped in from 1 penny, pushed it up to 2 cents, came back down to a penny, and it just kept bouncing between 1 penny and, of course, wait, this is the weekly. Let me show you the daily. I don't know why I was looking at the week. I was confused. I'm like, wait a minute. This stock loves to go sideways. That's the point. And so you're looking to abuse the sideways action. So here, 1 penny, it moved to 143 for a nice 40% that came back down under a penny when Ukraine was invaded, I believe, back in 2022. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I was wrong about the president that died. I think I said Ronald Reagan, but it was someone else. I don't remember. But yeah, I believe on, 220, what is it? 225. Ukraine was invaded. The stock market tanked, but everyone stepped in and bought CYBL and pushed it back above a penny. Then it ran to 217 for a nice 100%er. Eventually things came down back to 1 penny, and you just kept abusing it over and over again for 30 to 40% over and over and over again. So if we zoom out, we will notice right away, like, kind of likes to go sideways, kind of likes to move 40 to 100%. And it loves to have some runs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as I said. So last year, or not last year, 2022, it had 6 runs. Each one a potential for 40 to 100% gains. This year so far, we've only had 1, right? So it's because it's the beginning of the year. We've only had 1 move so far. And if you've sold, you definitely made 40 to 60% on this one. Unless you bought the absolute bottom, then you were able to get like 100% or more. But either way, the point is we've only had 1 run this year, and we know that we get 6 every year on average. So that means that every PR that comes out, there's a 6% chance that we're going to get a 40 to 100% move on average. And then the best buy-in point is going to be 006s, in my opinion, to 007s, and there you go. So now you know, if you're a small account, now you know, hey, this one likes to move 6 times every year. It's only moved 1 time so far. Let me be patient, let it come down nice and cheap when no one wants it down here, and then reload, and then it runs again 40%, 100%, whatever the case may be, and you rinse and repeat that all run every single time for the whole year. Just do this 6 times and you're going to make money. I'm telling you this, but do you have the patience and discipline? That's a whole nother question. Because in my Discord, there's one guy he has no discipline or patience. He has like $500 just sitting in his account, and that money tickles him. It tickles his hands. He wants to use it. He wants to put it in the markets. He wants to put it to work, and I get that, but he has no patience and discipline. I'm telling him, just wait for me to alert Sybil, wait for me to alert AITX, wait for my alerts, and you will make money. It's just if you don't have the patience and discipline, then you're just going to buy some random stock thinking it's going to go up, and then it's going to come down, and you're going to be down like 40%, 30%, and then you're going to be like, oh, I can't jump into your alert shades because I threw my money at this other stock, and I thought it was going to go up. And right now, there was a huge hype cycle, right? All these AI robotic stocks were pumping. And so there were a lot of new market participants, a lot of new people to the stock market who felt like geniuses because they just kept buying these robotics AI stocks and they just kept going up. Now we're on the other side. They keep going down, stocks keep going down. Now we get to see if they're actually good at trading, and it turns out they're not. Now they buy a stock and it keeps dipping and it keeps dipping and it keeps dipping, and then they're down like 50%, and they're like, I guess I'm just gonna hold oh, this is a good company, I'm gonna hold the bag. Like, so a lot of people getting destroyed right now, especially the ones that bought quantum computing. But you're not going to get destroyed because you're watching this channel, you're smart, and you're going to recognize this data that I'm giving you, because most finance channels aren't going to give you this kind of data. They're too lazy. They're not going to count the number of PRs. They're not going to count how many runs. They're not going to look at the historical. They're not going to even look at the charts this way. They're just going to look at the short term and go, oh, see, there it is. And oh, look, it's up there. And I don't even know. I don't watch other finance channels. I have in the past, but not anymore, because it's boring and they just don't give you this kind of data. So there you go, 6 runs per year. Let's take out the calculator and let's just do some quick math for you guys. This will be the easiest money you will ever make if you're patient and disciplined. If you're not, you're good luck. I don't know what to tell you. This channel's not for you if you're looking for a pumpy Discord. I'm not a pumpy Discord. Gonna throw that out there right now. I'm not a pump and dump Discord. I'm a patience pays Discord. We will wait and we will wait, and then when we get the setup, we take the setup, and this is how we maintain not only a high win rate, because I haven't lost since November, so a high win rate. Number one, we rarely lose, and when we lose, we take a small loss, right? Because we buy at the bottom, not chasing tops. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. Anyways, poker analogies aside, the math here: if you have 1,000 and we know that it runs 40 to 100%. Let's just assume you only take 40% off the table every single time it runs. Then 1,400. And then the next one, you take your 40%, and it just keeps growing. It just keeps going, guys. It just keeps going up. So the next 40, of course, is going to be an extra $560. Now you're at 1960. And let's say one of these you actually take 100% gain. So now let's just round up to 4,000. And as you can see now, you've grown an account from 1,000 to 4,000. And you just keep abusing that bottom. You keep abusing this stock and the fact that it communicates very well. Its financials are incredible for a penny stock. Has a great balance sheet. Has a bottom. And has plenty of PRs that move it. And all it takes to make this kind of money is patience and discipline, which unfortunately, as I just gave you in the example, a lot of people don't have that. There's people with money in their hands and it's tickling them and they want to jump in, but I'm like, no, wait for the best entry point. That way you can make the most money. That way you're not liquidity for someone that's selling, because it's going to come down nice and cheap. Things don't go up forever. We just saw that with quantum computing stocks, AI stocks. All of those are, what are they doing now? Now they're dumping. Now everyone's selling after such a huge move. I was using the example in one of my videos. You gain like 100 pounds over the course of 10 years, and somehow you want to lose that weight in like a matter of weeks, if not days, because you're delusional. That's not how this works. Stocks don't go up forever. They're eventually, all that buying pressure pushed it up to 195. Eventually it's going to come back as selling pressure, and now it's going to push it down. And there's a lot of new people that have joined my Discord, a lot of new people to the stock market, and they don't understand. Like, you felt like a genius because you just kept making money because stocks kept going up, right? But now let's see how good you are to the downside. Let's see how good you are at trading to the downside. It's easy to make money when everything's pumping. There's a lot of people, unfortunately, that made a lot of money on the way up, and those same people are losing 50% or more on their account because they keep buying the dip, keep buying the dip, keep buying the dip. They don't understand the cycles. They don't understand any of this. And most finance channels aren't going to give you this kind of data that I'm giving you. Like I just told you, be patient, disciplined. I just told you where to buy 006s to sevens. I told you take 40% because that's how much it moves, and you can grow your account pretty quickly because it's a penny stock and they're volatile. That's it. This is the best I can do for you. If you're not going to listen, that's on you. You can go ahead and chase your whatever stock you want to chase. But if you're a small account, CYBL, AITX, wait for them to bottom out, flip it for 40%, 80%, whatever the market gives you, and rinse and repeat. I will see you guys in the next one.